Kia ora everybody, welcome back.
Kia ora whānau,
The Hamiora brothers.
Sure.
My name's Fraser.
Hami.
And Joe.
Sure.
And today we're going to be talking about neck and face strength. So it's a relatively interesting topic. Not many people think about training the face or the muscles of the face. Why do we think it could be important?
Food. Chewing out food. Once upon a time we
Something your face does.
yeah. We also used to eat food in a more simple fashion. So the strength of our jaws has a lot to do with probably breaking down tough food. It has to do a lot of work, and we can see it today. People have probably thinner jawlines.
Almost receding
jawlines. Poor oral health as well is a good marker of the degenerative food. Nutrient deficient refined carbohydrates don't tend to require a great deal of jaw strength, as opposed to something like meat or vegetables even.
Yeah, food doesn't used to be that nice and soft and chewy.
That's right. Used to be,
Everyone's just living off shakes. No one's ripping the tendons or the musculature off the bone anymore. Which we probably would have done throughout our evolution.
Even look at an animal that has quite large demands on catch you later, Steve, on their large demands on their jaws, such as animals with large biting strength. Any carnivore essentially. Lions,
huge muscles
dogs,
coming out.
incredibly powerful jaws.
You think how much force you'd need to literally rip out, a muscle and a tendon connected to a bone? Like it's in there.
It's pretty tough. Yeah.
You need a lot of force to rupture an ACL. So you're thinking, how are you going to generate that much force, and how can we build up the strength of all of this that connects into the rest of the body? Just then, little side note, when you talk about oral health, I flick it into circulation, and if you can build more muscle around the musculature of the face, then you're going to get more and more blood supply, more oxygen, more energy into that area.
Yeah.
It's quite often, it's like, if you don't have blood supply to an area, it's not going to be healthy.
Also our jaw strength is going to be highly correlated with the longevity of our healthy eating. If we can chew food stronger for a longer period of time, obviously it will have to be with greater oral health, but I'm imagining a good jaw and a good oral health. I imagine there'll be some good connections there. Someone who is drinking a lot of fluids or only eating soft foods for extremely long periods of time, it can't be good for the jaw.
Not at all.
No.
You're never moving the jaw through its full range of motion anymore. You never fully open it. And you lose connection and awareness with what it feels like to have a strong masseter muscle or temporalis.
Yes.
And when you start to train it,
right up here, doesn't it?
Yeah. So when you clench your jaw, feel how the muscles of the temple naturally turn on and off as well. Then when you do it, you can also think about driving your tongue up towards the roof of the mouth, so you connect both the clench of the jaw and the tongue pushing up. All of a sudden starts to make this tension in the front of your neck, known as your platysma.
Also, I believe the jaw is designed to be quite powerful, and if we think about it from an old time, if you become incapable of consuming food, it's going to be really challenging for your growth and your health.
Detrimental to your life.
Extremely back. A long time ago, if you're incapable of chewing, food, you're going to struggle to maintain muscle mass. You're going to struggle to maintain energy.
I'm stirring that up for you.
Yeah. And even if we look at character traits, it's a strong jaw is definitely an advantage in that sense. And we can train it like anything else. That's another thing. There's actually significant musculature through here, Fraser. I think you've been messing around with a
jaw
bit of jaw training. Yeah. Obviously for purposes differently than what they were planning.
It's getting marketed as the aesthetic.
Yeah.
You want a sexy jawline?
Yeah.
You chew on this rubber silicone thing.
Imagine, but a strong jaw for general health up here and even as for sports people.
Combat conditioning, especially.
Protective. It'll be very protective having more strength and more muscle mass.
Even someone's doing a deadlift or a heavy squat, naturally it's
Absolutely.
get that weight up.
That full front connection, right?
Yeah, you're not just
It's
you don't turn the lats, everything else on, and leave this.
We also see, the commonality in sports of mouth guards. The ability to create pressure in that system is helping protect the jaw as well. It's not just the guard protecting the teeth; it's actually firing the jaw, creating stability in the jaw and the neck.
Yeah.
When you're exercising your entire body, or doing a large lift, you're working from head to toe, like literally start at the tongue, end at the feet.
The entire system. Yeah. One of the most interesting things, I think, for a test you could do is open your mouth as wide as you can and see if your jaw slightly dislocates either out to the side or you feel it. And it's about 50-50. Half the people that I get to do it will be like, nah, nothing. And then the other half, they'll feel a slight gudum, gudum, as you open the mouth as wide as you possibly can. And when you start to train the muscles of the face and and the jaw, you start to relearn what contraction you're supposed to maintain, or how the muscles are supposed to be innervating and actually working when you open your mouth. It's interesting. We talk a lot about the feet and how they've been living in shoes for a long time and how inhibited they are. It's the same thing. It's like going towards the top of the body. We don't use this joint or these muscles anywhere near what their capacity truly is.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I think we've got a lot more to learn about training the face, training the strength of the jaw and the neck and how it all connects. I remember talking to a professional anatomy, and he said that the connective tissue from your cervical investing platysma, so the stuff that's going deep into the front of your neck,
The turtleneck stuff.
it continues all the way down into the base of your pelvic floor.
Yeah.
The muscles, your toilet muscles. And to say that means that there's much more to be learned about it.
Absolutely. Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah. Would you have any exercises that you could give? Just we can get into it deeper later on, but just quickly.
Even just I know the neck firing muscle, but even just putting that jaw through a large range.
Yeah. Number one, practice.
Full open, then
Do that
full
test.
close.
See if the jaw's dislocating when you fully open it. Then start to. There's three main cues you want to learn to connect when you're training the muscles of the face and the jaw. It's tucking your chin to engage the front of your neck, the very deep muscles in the front of your neck, clenching the jaw, and then pushing the tongue really strong up to the roof of the mouth. And as you get all three, especially in jiu-jitsu, or when someone's trying to get you in a figure four or get you in a choke, you have to go boom. And if you don't have the strength to maintain that position, it could be could be lights out.
Yeah.
So combat conditioning martial arts, I think would have a lot of application.
Look at those wrestlers as well. The traps on them, you can see muscle coming all the way out to the front and back of their face.
And you see them rolling on their neck, like
Nuts.
But there's more to come,
We'll get deeper into this.
There's definitely some relationships between oral health, oral uses, our food consumption, and the use and strength of our jaw. You can imagine the pathology that can follow from a child who's not receiving food that requires them to use their jaw or adequate nutrition, and the effect that it's going to have on, we see it in children, the way that it changes their dentures, therefore their jaw, and it will have a degenerative effect on them.
It could even help to align your teeth. Your jaw when you start innovating.
Less expensive braces, less tooth crowding, more attractive face.
Nutrition and physical degeneration. Price Weston travelled around the world studying indigenous cultures and the advent of their change into Western diet, and how the jaws the jaws and the teeth of deceased old folks living on indigenous diets their jaws were larger and their teeth were in vastly better health.
Like
And a
really
huge
nice.
amount of, that's right, and a huge amount of that would have been due to actually eating food in a more natural form from a local environment and less refined carbohydrate, obviously.
I've got another point. When I started to train with that silicon rubber thing where you're putting quite a lot of force with the jaw, my ears started to pop, and all of a sudden I could hear better. I didn't realise that I was
Interesting.
okay. Not hearing properly. And then when you start to hear a bit clearer, you're like, oh, what else is there? You know, your sinuses start to open up. All these passages through your nasal passages, your airways. Brilliant.
You're in the Matrix, man.
Yeah.
All these senses that you don't know.
Don't get me started.
Yeah.
Anything else?
Eat some hard food.
Yeah.
Eat some natural food. Cook your steak rare.
Chew the bone.
That's it. Yeah.
Rip on those tendons.
Yeah. Keep the skin on. Keep the bones on. Make your mouth work. Yeah. Sure.
See you next time.
Yeah.